Me in reciting the pledge. All right.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for being here today. Roll call. Carol Sue, please.
Ron Miller.
Present.
Chris Armstrong.
Here.
Mayor Franklin.
Here. Approval of minutes, June 28th, 2012.
I just had one question about the minutes. On page 2, Fire Chief Strong, did he actually say be extra careful on burning and wisely shooting off fireworks? Good. I thought we have a no burn.
Does not apply to the city.
But I thought the city had a no burn.
Unless you ordered it.
Okay.
I'm not aware of it.
So if we live in the city and want to burn, we can.
Well, not necessarily.
Okay.
We have a burning ordinance in place, but the restrictions have not been tightened because of the drought.
Gotcha. I would make a motion we approve the minutes from the June 28th meeting.
Second.
It's been moved and properly seconded. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed. The minutes are approved on a vote of 3 in favor and 0 opposed. Approval of claims in the amount of $309,532.48.
And I would make a motion that we approve the claims in the amount of $309,532.48.
Let's second that. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, I call for a vote on approval of claims. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Wrong meeting.
Aye.
Always get my meetings confused. Aye. It's official. 3-0. Claims are approved on a vote of 3-0. Approval of licenses, there are none. Are there any changes to the agenda? Hearing none. There's no old business to consider. And under new business, curb cut 2400 North Street. This is pertaining to?
I'm sorry?
This curb cut, this request is pertaining to what?
2400 North Street. That'd be the 24th and North. It'd be the northeast corner. They currently have a driveway that they want to widen to 20 foot. I think it's probably around 14, 15 foot now. It does meet the code. It doesn't exceed the 24 foot that's the maximum allowable. Filling in for Dan is Phil Baker, the number 2 guy at the street department. He went up and inspected it. He's here today. He sees no problem with it, and as far as the street department's concerned, they have approved it. We just need Board of Work approval before.
Their new construction?
No, they're tearing up their old cement.
Thank
Right
you.
now their driveway is a Y shape.
Okay, gotcha. Is there any further questions for George?
I'd make a
Ted,
motion.
Do we need to have their names, the names of the property owners? I
Okay.
don't know. I'm
Do you
just
know the
asking.
names?
I will get that to you. No, I don't know what
Okay.
their names are, but
Okay.
I'll get that to you, Carol Sue.
All right.
I would make a motion that we approve the curb cut as presented at 2400 North Street.
Second.
It's been moved and properly seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Passed on a vote of 3-0. Reports, Acting Building Commissioner Deb O'Connor. Good morning, Deb.
Morning.
Welcome back.
Thank you. It's a pretty short report. I just did it basically for this week, and I put it on there 3 weeks ago, but I had one building inspection. I didn't do the permits this week because it was only for a couple days, and I had 4 contractor registrations.
Okay. Any questions for Deb? Deb, we want to get with you fairly soon and make final determination on the properties that we intend to demolish.
Okay.
And get those to the city attorney, make sure that we're doing everything the right way, and then go from there. So if you can coordinate with Chris,
Okay.
certainly appreciate that.
I'd make a motion we approve Deb's report.
Second.
It's been moved and properly seconded to accept the building commissioner's report. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Passed on a vote of 3-0. Code Enforcement Officer George.
We started another round of BZA reports to prepare for a meeting on the 16th of this month. So that's occupying most of my time. There's not been a whole lot to report here as far as the code enforcement. I did issue one violation order for trash. I tagged 2 vehicles, and we had one motorhome that had been sitting in somebody's backyard for 2 years that we impounded and towed. We sent out 2 notices to property owners, and the year-to-date totals on mowed, notices sent, and cleared by the city, none of those have changed. And Mr. Miller, in response to your request last week, we did meet, and actually Chris met, and I do have a letter for you that spells out our procedure. We set out a procedure we're going to follow now.
Good.
And one thing under old business, I assume that you still want to continue 1305 for another week or so?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. I make a motion, we accept the code enforcement officer's report as presented.
Second.
Been moved and properly seconded. Is there any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? Pass on, voted 3-0.
Thank you.
Filling in for the superintendent of public works this week is Phil Baker. Hi, Phil. How you doing? Good.
Well, we're in this drought. The cemetery is not having much to mow, so they've cut back on a lot of their summer help, and they're just trying to do what they can up there. And of
Saving
course,
money.
We're, saving money. And with all the storm damage we've had from the last week, we're pumping it pretty good this year, or this week, with trying the short week and trying to catch up. So we're doing all we can. We'll probably carry over for some of the big loader tickets for next week, into next week. But
You call them the big loader tickets?
loader tickets, where you have to take a loader up there. They're so big that you just can't handle it.
To pick up the mulch.
Pick up.
I'm sorry, to pick up the
Yes.
limbs. Okay. I understand. All right. Any questions for the superintendent of public works?
Motion that we approve the Board of Work, or the Superintendent of Works report.
Second.
It's been moved and properly seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? There are none. I noticed last night on my way down to Riverside Park that there was a dead limb that had fallen out of the tree right there by the street department.
Yes. That's gonna be cleaned up today.
Yeah, I was going to say, is that whole tree going to come down, or do you know?
Half of it's good, part of it's not.
Okay.
I'm sure it will eventually.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Police Chief Clark is on assignment this morning. He is not going to be available, and the same is true of Fire Chief Strong. So, no reports from either of those. Are there any board member comments?
None.
Are there any visitor comments? Any miscellaneous business, including matters not already considered? There are none. Motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.